Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are good. Today we will do exercise 16B of book D2 and we do questions of basic level from question number 6 to question number 9. Let's start students. Now students, question number 6, in our survey on a different prices of an article sold in a shops of a certain city, the following results were obtained. These are the cost and these are the frequency. In question number A, we have to find how many shops were included in this service. And to find the shops, we have to count the frequency. We have to add up these frequencies because for this cost 4 shops, for this cost 11 shops. That's why we have to add all the frequencies. 4, 11, 15, 24, 18, 9 and 3. We have to add up these. When we add, we get the answer 84. Very simple. And in part number D, construct a histogram to represent the data. We have to construct the histogram for this data. Now students, this is a graph paper. I take the cost along the x-axis and frequency along the y-axis. From 90 to 95, I can observe the frequencies 4. From 90 to 95, frequencies 4. And from 95 to 100, the frequency is 11, and that is the middle in between 10 and 12. Yes. And from 100 to 105, the frequency is 15, and that is the middle of 14 and 16. And from 105 to 110, the frequency is 24. This is 24. Now from 110 to 115, the frequency is 18. From 115 to 120, the frequency is 9. And from 120 to 125, the frequency is 3. And that is the histogram which I draw between cost and frequency. Very simple. Now students, question number 6 is done. Now students, question number 7, copy and complete the following frequency distribution table. That is a class interval which is given to us, and that is class width, frequency and height of a rectangle. The class interval is from 10 to 14 is 5 and 1 multiplied by standard. That means that is a standard value. 1 is equal to 5 and that is the standard value is given provided in this table. And this frequency is 5 and height of rectangle is frequency divided by standard, which is the standard uh, is equal to height of the rectangle. Now students, we have to solve the table now. From 15 to 24, it is 10. When 5 is equal to 1, 10 is equal to 2 multiplied by standard. And frequency, height of a rectangle, frequency divided by standard value, 2. We get 4. Now class interval from 25 to 29, there's a difference of 5, and that is class width. And this is 1 multiplied by standard. Now we have to find the height of a rectangle, 6 divided by 1, and that is 6. Now from 30 to 34, this is 5, and 1 multiplied by standard. It means 11 is divided by 1, and we get 11. Now from 35 to 39, 5, and that is 1 multiplied by standard, and frequency is 13. 13 divided by 1, we get 13, height of the rectangle. Last one, 40 to 54, there is a difference of 15, and that is we get 3 multiplied by standard. When 5 is equal to 1, 10, 2, and then 15 is 3. And we have to divide the frequency by standard, and that is 1. Now students, this table is completed, and B part is construct a histogram to represent the distribution. We have to construct the histogram. Now students, this is a graph paper, and these are the values of class interval, and that is the height of the rectangle. Now from 10 to 15, the height of the rectangle is 5. It means that that is the value. Yes, students, from 10 to 15. 5. And now students, in the second value we can observe that is from 15 to 24, and the frequency is 8. That's why we go in a histogram from 15 to 25, and that is 4. And from 15 to 29, that is frequency is from 15 to 24, the height of the rectangle is 4. 25 to 29, the height of rectangle is 6. And that is 6. And from 30 to 34, the height of rectangle is 11. And 35 to 40, that is 13. And from 40 to 54, it means that from that value the height of rectangle is 1. And from 55 to 65, 5. The height of rectangle is 4. Now students, that is a histogram from question number 7, and question number 7 is also solved. Very simple. Now students, question number 8, copy and complete the following table. Class interval, class width, frequency and frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency over class width. And the first row is solved for us. We have to first find the class width. From 20 to 30, the class width is equal to 10. And frequency is given to us, and frequency density is equal to frequency over class width, and that is the frequency which is 12 and class width is 10, and we get 1.2. Now from 40 to 50, class width is 10 and frequency divided by 10, we get 1.1. 50 to 70, the class width is 20 and frequency divided by 20, and we get zero point 0.4. Now students, from 70 to 100, the class width is 30, and by dividing a frequency by class width, 2 and zero point 0.2. Yes, we get zero point 0.2. In part number B, draw a histogram to represent the distribution. We have to draw the histogram for this. Now students, that is the class width and that is the frequency densities. And from 0 to 20, it is frequency density is zero point 0.2. Then we have to draw like that. And from 20 to 30, the frequency density is 1.2. And from 30 to 40, the frequency density is 1.4. And from 40 to 50, the frequency density is 1.1. And that is 1.1 in the middle of 1 and zero point 0.2. And from 50 to 70, the frequency density is 0.4. And from 70 to 100, the frequency density is 0.2. Now students, the histogram is done and question number 8 is also solved. Now students, question number 9, part number 8, draw a histogram representing the distribution in question number 7 using frequency densities. Now we can observe the question number 7, that is, we have to draw the histogram using frequency densities, which is not provided in this table. It means that we have to draw the table again and we have to make find the frequency densities, and we know the formula of frequency density is frequency over class width. It means we have to divide the frequency by class width and we have to draw a histogram between these quantities, and we have to draw the histogram which represent the distribution of the frequency density. It means we have to first find the frequency density. You have to make the table separately, but I draw there the frequency, write the frequency densities there, and solve, find the frequency densities here. And write the frequency, and for this table you have to draw the separate table, but I am writing the frequency densities in that space. And frequency density, we know that is equal to frequency over class width. That is the frequency which I divided by class width, and we get the 1. Yes, frequency density is frequency over class width. 8 divided by 10, I get zero point 0.8. And this one, frequency is 6 divided by 5, class width. When we divide 6 by 5, we get 1.2. And for 11 divided by 5, we get 2.2. And for 13 divided by 5, I get 2.6. And for 3 divided by 15, I get zero point 0.2. And frequency is 4, and divided by class width 10, and get zero point 0.4. Yes, students, we have to draw the histogram between the class interval and frequency densities, which is not provided in question number 7, but the question number 9 demand us that we have to draw the histogram between the frequency densities. That's why I find all the frequency densities of this table, and frequency density formula is frequency divided by class width. Now we draw the histogram. Yes, students, from 10 to 15, the frequency density is 1. That is. And from 15 to 25, and from 15 to 25, the frequency density is. From 15 to 25, the frequency density is 0.8. And 25 to 30, the frequency density is 1.2. And from 30 to 35, the frequency density is 2.2. From 35 to 40, the frequency density is 2.6. And 40 to 55, the frequency density is 0.2. And 55 to 65, the frequency density is 0.4. Now students, that is a histogram for question number 9, part number A, which is between class width and frequency densities, and question number 9 A part is solved. Now students, question number 9, part number 3, draw a histogram representing distribution in question number 8 using the height of the rectangle. And that is the question number 8 table, in which height of the rectangle is not given to us. We have to find the height of the rectangle first, then we draw the histogram. Height of rectangle. We know that we find the height of rectangle by dividing the frequency by the standard value, and that then we find the height of the rectangle. Here we can, in question number 8, we take the standard of 10. That means it is 2. That is the standard value. We have to multiply by 2, multiply by standard, that is 10. For 10 it is 1, for 10 1, for 10 1. These are the standard value. You can make the separate table for this, for your question, and that is 2, and it's 3. Now students, that is the standard class width, and we have to find the height of the rectangle by dividing frequency by standard value. Now the for 4 divided by 2 we get 2, and 12 divided by 1 we get 12, then 14 divided by 1 we get 14, and then 10 11 divided by 1 we get 11, and then frequency is 8 divided by standard values 2, we get 10 a 4, and frequency is 6, and standard value is 3, we get 2. Now students, that is the height of the rectangle that we have find, because we have to draw the histogram using the height of the rectangle. Now students, that is the height of the rectangle, and that is the class width from 0 to 20, it is 2. 0 to 22. From 20 to 30, the value is 12. From 30 to 40, the value is 14. From 40 to 50, the value is 11. From 50 to 70, the value is 4. And from 70 to 100, the value is 2. Now students, the histogram is completed and question number 9 is also done. I hope you understand these questions very well. Thank you very much students for watching my videos. Take care of self. Allah Hafiz.